Hi, welcome to the Higher Self Take the Wheel podcast. My name is Sophia.
And my name is Scott.
We're husband and wife, and we need help.
Preferably from our higher selves.
Join us as we try to figure out our lives.
And the spiritual thing.
By sharing what we go through. Hello, and welcome to Higher Self Take the Wheel. I am your host, Sophia, with my husband, Scott. Say hi, Scott.
Hi, how you doing? Me? I'm going through it currently.
I didn't even ask you. Yet. And you're like, I'm ready to share. I'm going through it. Okay, what can Higher Self take the wheel on for you to this week?
Wow, you're going right into it.
Well, you just said you're going through it. Let me know. What are you going through?
We're having recording issues. Our basement flooded partially this morning. We record down here in the basement. So all of our tech is down here. So every time there's even a sprinkling of rain now, I get this huge surge of anxiety that I have to go downstairs and make sure our equipment is fine and not submerged under water.
Well,
kind of woke up to this morning.
Well, our equipment is safe. I will say that. It's just there is a little puddle and the puddles come up sometimes and it is a little overwhelming. So yes, we're having technical difficulties and it seems like all signs point to you guys don't do this podcast. You guys shouldn't do this. I don't know.
Why do you think we're getting that sign that we shouldn't be doing this podcast? What is this? Is this some kind of malevolent spirit? Is this inner resistance within us? Is this a spiritual test? What is this?
It's a test. It's a spiritual test. I take everything as a spiritual test, though, which is probably not a good thing. I'm a Pisces, so I'm always like, what does it actually mean? What does this mean in the whole grand scheme of things? But not everything has to have a meaning. I think, yes, we are having a little bit of technical difficulties and a little bit of problems with our basement, but in actuality, it just makes me want to push forward more. It's like, okay, I don't know if this is a sign or not, but it makes me want to push through and be like, no, we're still doing this. It's okay. We're okay. Like, it's little puddles that we can deal with. It's not like a whole monsoon. You know what I mean? Like, we're okay. It's fine. Nothing got actually ruined. You know?
No.
Silence.
I'm keeping it together.
Yeah, we're all rocking back and forth. We're keeping it together. We got this.
Plus, I'm still trying to figure out this headphone situation because I feel very restrictive podcasting wearing headphones.
I don't think you should keep this at here. Move the thing.
Like I can't lean. I can't turn.
Get closer. Okay, you got it. You have it now. Do you feel better? Have it now. We're gonna cut all of this.
Last week's episode was a lot easier. Okay, so we had what do we want to talk about?
Okay. Well, this is our so we're going through a little bit of technical difficulties, but it's okay. I was kind of reflecting about what this past week, what I'm going through besides these little technical difficulties that we have. And it's the struggle to allow myself to take a break and allow myself to go slow without feeling guilty. This is what I've been dealing with this past week. Like this week, I have hardly done any work for, yes, I still sell it, my market and I still work at the store, but usually throughout my day, I am pretty active and I try to do stuff for my work, make sure that I'm creating something, doing something, cleaning. But I've been really trying this week to stay slow and I can't go I can, And when I do, I'm guilty about it. And it was really hard for me to just be not trying to force myself to always constantly do stuff.
So is this guilt about not being productive?
It's capitalism.
Yeah, it's like capitalism has this, like, especially like late stage capitalism has this like Protestant work ethic ingrained into it, where if you don't feel like you're being productive enough, you feel this like overwhelming sense of guilt, and then that just makes you like, oh well, let me just turn to my phone, which it's like, boomer in this regard, where it's like, oh, social media is like this kind of toxic, poisonous thing. But it's like, oh, then you have a choice that, okay, I don't feel productive, so what do? I can't sit here and be bored. I have to be doing something. So let me go on my phone and not be bored, because that's better than the alternative of just sitting there like in your own
and doing
thoughts and
even because the thought of sitting there, like the programming is, if you sit and do nothing, that you're almost worthless. You can't just like take in the moment, or like take in any types of moment and just sit and, be present and sit in that presence. When you do that, there's a guilt there that you're not being productive, for me, because I'm just used to constantly doing something and always being productive. And when I'm not productive, quote unquote, it could be anything to make sure that shit gets done, like cleaning, or like doing something for my business, just making sure I have some kind of productivity. And I can't just like sit without feeling a little bit guilty. And I tell myself, even with my brain, I'm like, no, you need to just sit and relax and stay still. It's okay. The feeling is still there. In the in your little, like, your back of your head thoughts, like, oh, you need to do this, you need to do this, you gotta do this, you gotta do this. You're just sitting like, you're not getting it done. You got so much on it. You got a lot to do. It's like this little like naggy voice in the back of my head.
It's like sitting there and just staring at a wall or staring at the window is like the most evil thing you can do, because it's like the most unproductive thing you can do. Even looking at a screen is more like, you think valuable in this. I'm putting in air quotes like that. Even that's more valuable than just like.
So even being on your phone is more valuable than just sitting and doing nothing, than daydreaming. Yeah, in this society, I guess. Plus, you can't. It's so rare now just to sit and do nothing. Like, people are so addicted to their phones. All ages, I have to say, all ages are addicted. Doesn't matter. We all have a slight addiction to the phone. So it's just so easy to stay distracted. And
even the alarm, present. My alarm is set up now. Like, I don't want to get one of those like obnoxiously fluorescent clocks, but the ones that we used to have, the digital ones. Now it's like, because here's the thing, you're relying on your phone literally when the second you wake up. And I don't mean just in the sense I wake up, where's my phone? Mm-hmm. I mean in the sense that if you have an alarm, it's most likely on your phone. Mm-hmm. So you're already facing this uphill battle every day, because you're already grabbing your phone, and you think it's for the reason that, oh, it's because the alarm's on there. But then you pick it up, you either hit snooze, or if you don't hit snooze, you start going through social media. And I was better at that like a couple months ago when I was trying to like establish a routine, and I have gotten into like more of a morning routine, but it does take me much longer now to get into the routine. Like, now I'm at the point where I'll lie in bed and I'll either hit snooze, put the phone down, and go back to sleep, which I hear is very bad for like REM sleep. Like, you're not supposed to
go back to sleep.
Yeah, because it throws it puts your sleep cycle in complete chaos, because you keep falling asleep every like 10, 15 minutes, and then
you go into dream mode.
Yes.
And then you wake up and you're like, oh. Yeah, that's like me almost every day.
It makes it even more difficult to like wake up. And so you're better served to just wake up. When the alarm initially goes off.
Yeah, I'm the classic. I'm not as bad now, but when I used to have to get up, I was the classic 5 alarm person. you set the alarm every 5 minutes, every 10 minutes or something. Like, because I did not want to get up. That was, now I just have one alarm. And I'm like, okay, I'm pretty much up when the alarm goes off. But I do have a backup just in case I fall back to sleep. But when I do set my alarm, I'm like, I'm up. I can't go back to sleep. But during days where I don't have an alarm, I'll wake up and go back to sleep. So I don't know if I don't know. I guess that's more of the old me, setting that alarm and going back to sleep.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm in a state now where it's like I really have to resist. Like I definitely hit the snooze, or like I said, just kind of like scroll. I'm doing that again because now I'm in a routine. But like I said, like the routine just starts later on in the day. It is
a habit that you have to. Let's check the tally. Here's the first have to. No, there is you got to set kind of like a routine. Make it a clear, conscious effort, because it's so easy to wake up and go on your phone. You just have to make that clear, conscious effort to get up and be like, no, let's not look at my phone. Like, I usually have my phone in the bathroom unless I need the alarm. So I wake up naturally around like a half hour after you do. Actually, you wake up earlier than me. But I leave my phone in the bathroom so I don't have to grab it. Because if I grab it and I'm in the bed, I'm on social media. I'm doing stuff. I'm shopping. I don't even know.
Oh my God. Like if I had all of those temptations, like if I was a shopping addict, because I have an addictive personality, like I would never get out of bed. And some days, like you do need that now. Like sometimes you need that just 3 hours of just like on TikTok or whatever.
Yeah, once in a while you do want to just zone out and turn off your brain and go on TikTok. You can allow yourself that. But even that seems more acceptable than just like not doing anything.
Right. Because you're contributing to the data mining.
Right. We have a purpose. It is productivity when we contribute to the data mining. That is a purpose. That's funny.
But we don't get paid for it, which is a little effed up.
It is. They steal all our info. It's just stolen info. Man, we're just cattle. That's all. Cattle for energy, cattle for data, cattle for prescription. Let's just list it all. Like, we're just cattle. Prescriptions, cattle. I know, this is such a negative night.
Prescriptions and subscriptions. We're in the prescription subscription era.
Yeah. Oh, always. It's been like that for how long now? Before it was subscriptions to like magazines or something.
Well, now it's digital subscriptions.
It's digital. My God, so many digital subscriptions. I'm so sick of them. Anyway, this is just going off on a tangent. So I've been kind of dealing with the capitalism programming of, if you're not productive, you're not worth anything. Like, that's what it kind of goes down. That's what it goes. Basically, if you just get to the nuts and bolts of it.
Were we talking about the pain body last week?
I don't remember.
Well, anyway, I entered my pain body. I think it was on Tuesday.
Oh yeah.
You say you want to talk about stuff that's like we're going through in our lives and struggling with. Well, that's what I had I was in my pain body for quite a few hours on Tuesday.
What triggered it?
You and me specifically were going to grocery shop in Detroit. And
yes, that's right.
You act like you don't know.
No, I forget. I literally forget.
No, you just want me to say. You don't want.
No, I really do forget. I really do. No, it's actually I forgot. I didn't really try to think of it, and then you reminded me.
So anyway, we were on our way, and you were driving, and I was in the passenger seat, and we went to a couple places. The second place we went to, we hit a bit of a snag, and I said, "You're not following the directions on the GPS," and you said, don't tell me how to. What were your exact words?
Your exact words was like, you're not following the map. Like
that's just what I said. That's
you're not
exactly
following
what I
the
said.
map. And I was like, don't tell me I'm not following the map. Because one, I know I'm not following the map. I'm going to get there. And when I get there, I'll get there. That's
So
don't tell me. Yeah.
So that set me off because it made me feel useless because I guess there's like an A and a B there. I always get like this anxiety going to Detroit, and I'm not like, because we've talked about this like when we started the podcast like way last year.
Yeah.
And those are published so you can listen to those, but like to give a quick recap, like I had a job in downtown Detroit when I was like 19, like half my life ago, and I got lost like going to the job like the third day I was there, and I ended up quitting the job because I literally could not make it there successfully, and I just like had this kind of like panic attack. And since then, I've always had like this
little bit of trauma.
Yeah, a little
when
bit
you go
of trauma.
Down there.
Mostly when it's like I'm fine when I'm like outside, like out of a car, but when I'm in a car, it's even when I'm a passenger.
It seems like we're gonna be lost.
It's super stressful for me.
Yeah, like if it seems like for you, for me, like I have no qualms about being lost. Like, especially or anywhere really. Like if I'm lost, I'll find my way. I'll get through it. Like I'll figure it out. I always figure it out. Like you always find a road. It might take longer, but there is no stuck. You know, you'll get out of the lost situation. And then sometimes I feel like being lost is kind of like an adventure. You're like trying to find, I've never seen this place before. Where am I at? Like that's how I kind of look at it. I know you're rolling your eyes.
It's an
I'm
adventure.
Just telling you how free I am. Just kidding. Sorry. But
no, I understand what you're saying. Sometimes I have to resist it though. It's just who I am.
The feeling of being lost is for you. It just brings back the trauma of not finding your job, being late for your job. And
well, it's childhood trauma too. Every time I would very rarely, like I remember going to like the Tigers games with my parents, and it was much more enjoyable when it was just my dad, because he, if we can keep this or not, but like when I would go when it was my mom and my dad, my mom would always have like this kind of like lock the door energy.
Oh yeah, dang. I mean, does that affect you now though? Like everyone had that lock the door energy. My mom has said that to me tons of times, lock the door. And that doesn't affect me now. Does that still affect you?
I don't know.
I don't think it does. Does that, like, you're not scared when you're in Detroit, are you?
No.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm like minimizing your childhood trauma when you tell me, no, you don't got that. Sorry. But do you? I'm just like, just
I honestly
it.
don't know. I don't know, because like the subconscious is a weird thing, and like we can intellectualize it, but that's the thing, is these triggers just come out of nowhere. Like I thought I was fine on Tuesday. Like I was ready to go. I was motivated. And then like there were a number of like the thing that, and then like when we got to the grocery store after like we kind of had a spat, I felt like initially you were kind of like in an annoyed mood, and then I was in an annoyed mood for longer. And you said to me, it's so frustrating, it's so annoying that I can't be in a bad mood because you were.
Yeah. Well, I feel like when I take on when I have my bad moods are very just fast. I get over things. And when I get annoyed and I get like in a little attitude or whatever, it doesn't last long.
So here's the difference between you and me. I hold on to things, or let's say this. I have much more difficulty letting things go than you do. So like yes. you can react like passionately and like a lightning bolt, and then it's over, and then you're fine. But then like somebody like me experiences that, And it's just it's a lot to process.
Yeah.
So it's not like I can take it in. And I know for you would wish, and I wish I could do this too, is just like understand that you were frustrated and it's nothing personal and just move on. But like even 10 seconds of that can completely change the course of my entire day.
This is the reason. And, you know, I love to take it back to astrology, which I'm gonna, is I have a lot of Aries energy. Like I have 3 planets in Aries.
Which is the god of war.
Thank you. And you have a lot of Scorpio energy. So you kind of take on things and you don't let it go. And then I have that Aries is just known for their like temper, their fiery temper. But once the fire is out, it's gone. It's complete. Like we completely get over it pretty like really soon. Like it's just like completely gone, and I have nothing in there.
It's like a dragon scorching the earth, and then just all is well.
And then all is well, and he flies away, all happy. Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much it. And then you're left scorned. What is that a word? No,
scorned.
So
I'm like the peasant or whoever who got scorched. But survived and remembers it.
Yes, and then your skin is like boiled and blistered, and like you're just sitting there like dying, like Aegon from House of Dragons.
Yeah, to put a contemporary comparison in there.
I just like push my glasses up. No, it's fine. Everyone, there's a lot of fans of House of Dragons. We all know. Yes. That's the analogy of it, for sure. And that's our relationship at times. And I apologize if I leave you all scorned, but it just, it does, it's kind of frustrating when in the moment when I do get angry and then my anger transfers over to your anger, transfers over and you're angry. And then I'm all happy now because I let go of my anger. And then you're just still angry and broody. And I'm like, just get over it. Just go. It's fine. Just let it go. And you can't. I know. And I understand it. I understand that you can't let it go as easy. I do understand that you can't. It took me a minute, but now I'm, after years and years, understanding that it's not as easy for you.
This is deep.
This is real deep. Getting real deep on higher self. Take the wheel. It happens. Yeah. So it's real deep. But this is what a marriage and a relationship is. It's figuring out. And this is what I actually was reflecting on. I was journaling because I did write about this situation, how it's just so easily, I can so easily let go of things, and you are not as capable of doing that. But that is, even though that might be frustrating at the moment to be like, why can't you just let it go? Just let it go. Like, I don't understand. At the same time, it makes me reflect on myself, and I realize, like, when you're in a relationship with a person that's not like you, like just an opposite way of dealing with anything, or just opposite personality traits in general, it just makes you aware of who you are. Otherwise, if we were the same in that regard, I wouldn't have any empathy for people that, or understanding for people that are like that.
Yeah, it's like an opportunity for growth. It's like love is not a fairy tale where you find a partner and they save you.
Right.
It's every day you have to kind of fall in love with your partner again.
Yeah.
Over and over and over again. And that might sound like,
it sounds like a cliche, but
well, I don't think that's a cliche. I think that's very anyway.
It's not.
I think love being a fairy tale is cliche.
Oh, yeah,
but we don't, and I think that's what's wrong with and here I go sounding like a boomer again. But
deep down you are.
But where these social media apps like Tinder don't encourage this type of they put it out that you can find the perfect partner, this checklist of
Oh, yeah.
Like somebody, the perfect mate that you're going to find. That doesn't
Dating.
exist.
Oh, God.
And we're very lucky in the regard that we like were friends before and we found each other through not social media, but like we worked together and we had a friendship. We already had like an established relationship and friendship before we.
That is truly a gift to be friends with your partner before you you fall in love or whatever, or you get together. If you were friends before, it's truly a gift because there's a comfortability there that you don't have when you're first starting to date someone. When you first start to date someone, you kind of put this like mask and you're not fully comfortable with being entirely yourself. You kind of just put this like front up a little bit. And then you slowly release the crazy, as you go deeper into the relationship. But with us being friends already, we were attuned to the crazy. Well, not as, how close of friends were we?
We were pretty close. We weren't like best friends talking every day, but we hung out.
Yeah.
And like we worked together too,
which
really expedited the process because work forces
you. And I
you
did see you at low points. We saw each other at low points.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were there for each other and in those low points. And just with that, that's the gift. Like we already were friends through like hard times. So it truly was. I'm very thankful for that. I really am.
I don't think I ever told you this. But I remember thinking, like, before we were in a relationship, like, I have such a mature friend.
About me?
Yeah. Maybe it's because you're older than me.
Oh, how dare
But I was really proud. I was like, wow, I really lucked into this. I have a really mature friend.
Wow. Really? What made you think that? And now, I would argue that you would, like, completely think the opposite is true. That you're the mature one and I'm the...
No, I don't think that at all. Like oh, you mean in the sense that like I take myself too seriously and you're more goofy? I don't think that's a sign of maturity.
Okay.
You really underestimate me sometimes. You think I'm like some like self-serious like moron who thinks he's like more important than he really is. And I think I'm the mature one. No, I don't think that at all. You do a lot of the handy stuff. You make the hard phone calls when you have to talk to the executive types.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. I was looking.
Like, I understand that. I'm not like.
I was looking at, I always used to write your quotes down and I probably should continue to write them down. But this one quote I was reading, I think I fixed something in the house and like I helped you with it. And then you turn to me and you go, okay, now stay right there because you're the man of the house. And I was like, yeah, that's pretty much. You remember that one time I was out. I was with my two friends and you called me. I don't know, you had to fix something. And you were like, where's the toolbox? And I had to tell you where the toolbox was. And then I hung up the phone. I'm like, oh, it's just Scott asking where the toolbox was because I'm the man of the house. Like it's just like a running joke. Sorry, is this embarrassing? Do we need to cut this all out?
But this is higher self take the wheel.
Yeah.
If my cheeks aren't red, I'm not.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that is the running joke. It's okay though.
It's like, well, let's talk more about this.
No, I know. I'm trying to end that conversation. I'm trying to like put a little, what's the word? Transition. Segue. Yeah, I'm trying to transition away or segue away. That doesn't even make sense. We are the same in a lot of things, but opposites in a lot. And I have learned a lot about myself just being in this relationship with you. So I'm very grateful. And I hope you are too.
Yeah, like it's like I said, I don't know if I said this, but going back to like what love is, it's like when you have a partner who is different from you, there's like always an opportunity to grow because there's always going to be friction. Yeah. Not always, but like it is going to come, and those are the learning experiences.
No matter who you're with, it doesn't matter. You're going to have friction for sure. And it's always a learning experience for sure. Well, to summarize everything, we have talked about what we're dealing with, and I am learning slowly. Like I am learning. Like this is a constant battle. Even though I tell myself to slow down and rest and take some time for myself, I know I have to, and that's why I do it. I have to, even though there still is this feeling that I shouldn't be doing this. It's okay. You can just ignore the feeling and just continue to take, because you just, whatever you need. And that's what I'm learning right now. It's just like, just do it because this is what you need right now. And it doesn't matter. It's more of this fuck it energy than anything.
Ignore the feeling, enjoy the moment.
Yes. Yeah. Is that possible? But yeah. And it's like
by feeling you mean like the dread of like I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
And I just looked at it this week like fuck it. Like fuck it. Like let it go. Like I hear you, little voice, but fuck you. Just kidding. But basically, yeah, just fuck it. That's all. That's what my attitude this week was. So next week we'll see what I'm dealing with, and we'll see how it goes for you too. Less technical difficulties, and hopefully,
let's hope.
Yeah, let's hope. Okay. Well, everyone have a good day where you're listening. And anything else you have to say?
No, that's it.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.